Alright guys, I'm doing this one a little different. I can't fit the tripod over here because my bed is too close. So we're just kind of I'm just gonna kind of pan the camera over. Hopefully you don't see that I'm not wearing like real pants. But if you do, who cares? So up here on the top, this is my jewelry stand. This holds all my necklaces and that kind of stuff. And so that's where all of those stay in this box. It's actually a tarot card box, but I loved it too much to use as a tarot card box. So it actually holds all of my jewelry, which you can't see because it's too dark. But like my little jewelry goes in there. That red box is the box that I take with me everywhere. And here's my incense burner and a record player. Now down here on this first shelf, I have this beautiful skull that I fell in love with at the store. It's just resin, so don't freak out. Although I am looking to get a real one at some point. They're just very expensive. But it has several alchemic symbols drawn on it, as well as what I think is a seal of Solomon, but I'm not entirely sure. And a crow on the back with some writing. But I don't know what. I don't really know much about it. I just thought it was really neat looking, so I got it. Back there is a crystal ball. I don't use my crystal ball that much because I don't know. I need to pull it out again. But I walked away from it because I just didn't like it. Didn't like the way it was working. But these are my oils, and this is where they all sit once they're done. These are the completed oils. So let's see if I can remember what these are. This one was made for my boyfriend. It's a special oil just for him. This is a selenite oil that was in those little bottles that I showed you in the very first video with the piece of selenite in it. That's selenite oil. This is an oil that I had designed for, I just lost the word, clairvoyant type things, you know, using my tarot cards, meditation, astral projection, that kind of stuff. It was supposed to help with that. I haven't used it very much. I haven't really had time. So this was an oil that is still kind of an experiment. I have not used it at all, but it's been brewing for a super long time. And it is a study oil. So it's supposed to help you focus and get what you need to get done. There's a lot of beautiful things in this oil. The lighting is terrible right there, so we'll come down here. But as you can see, there's some beautiful things in this oil. Goodness gracious, the lighting. But I just really like the way this one looks. I could stare at it all day. Then let's see what else is back here. I also have the lavender oil that I made. Doesn't look very lavendery, but if you smell it, you would know immediately what it is. Here's the Good Vibes oil that I made. This is another one that I just like to look at. But it's got a piece of amethyst down there, as well as some rose petals, and I think that's actually wax that's floating in there. But and that's all that's back there. There's somewhere on this shelf, like hidden, there's like a migraine remedy that I made like a long time ago. One of the first things I ever made, and I don't use it. But here's my tarot cards, and they're actually stacked up behind that front row as well. That tan container is my runes. I have 2 sets of runes. I have a set that I made and a quartz crystal set, and for some reason we cannot focus. There we go. We can look more into that when we go into our divination. I want to make a whole video on divination and all the different things that I have for divination. This is another unique item I have for divination. It's actually a compass in that box, but we'll talk about all that later. Right here is all my oils. They're my smelly oils. None of those are essential. They're all smelly. I'm burning this one right now, and it is fantastic. It's so Christmassy. You have to be really careful with it though, because it gets really stinky really fast, but it's beautiful. I did buy this other one that I'm not a fan of. This one, the guava. I did not like this one at all. But anyway, I buy all these from our store. Down here on the second row, second shelf, so I should say, if we can focus, Jesus. Okay, down here, I keep all my books. These are supposed to be all my books of shadows, but there's some other books just kind of thrown in here. I need to switch hands so that I don't block out the sun every time I reach. Anyway, okay. So this is a tarot book. As you can see by the spine, I use it a lot. This book has nothing to do with witchy stuff, so I don't really know why it's there. There's a rune book here. I love this rune book, and I highly recommend it. My current main book of shadows, my rough draft book of shadows, my original book of shadows, which we all know how that turned out. This is a Sigils, wow, a Sigils book that I am working on. I make some progress with it, and then it's like 1 step forward, 12 steps back. So yeah, this is just a little, I don't actually know if there's anything in this one, but it's just a little book that's there. It's sometimes, I'm not sure if it has magic in it or not. This one has herbs in it. Not very many, because I gave up. I was trying to get all of them into this tiny book to use as a tiny herb guide without having to buy a tiny herb guide. So anyway, this is a grinder. And not because I'm a druggie, but because they're fantastic for getting difficult to grind herbs easier to grind. So here, I'm gonna move this cup back up here. Hopefully this video isn't making anybody motion sick, because I'm doing it all by hand. My tripod is like over there. Let's not skip anything here. There's some tea light candles back there. I know you can't see those because it's so dark. But and there's also a bag of tobacco back there, because tobacco is a very powerful herb. And I used it a lot. I have a jar of it somewhere that we'll look at here in a little bit. I've got salt here, kosher salt, and then I've got more kosher salt back there, and I've got a box of matches. These are my bottles. I have 2 shelves of bottles. I just realized there's a herb sitting, oil sitting down here with me. This is my most recent bottles that I bought. I have 2 of them, and I don't know why. I just thought they were the prettiest thing, so I bought them. And there's the second one back there. Then I've got grapeseed oil. This is an oil base that I really like to use because it's not as smelly as canola oil. I also use canola oil, as you can see. There's another full bottle of canola oil. Something else I've been thinking about experimenting with as an oil base is actually water, and making magic waters instead of oils, because oils are just, I don't know, they stink. So anyway, I have another giant bottle here. I really liked this one, so I got that one. And there's a giant, like, jug bottle back there. And the reason I got this one is because I loved the cork. I mean, the cork is just huge, and I loved it, so I had to get it. But I don't know what I'm going to put in these giant bottles, because I don't ever make this much of an oil. That migraine oil is actually back there, but I'm not going to pull it out. These are just pieces of paper. Okay. This, I believe, is salt. This is my giant jug of salt, and it's so heavy. Yeah. See? Salt, yay. I bought all of these jars at a garage sale because I couldn't resist, because they were too cute. And this one is entirely full. This is not kosher salt. This is actually sea salt. I have 2 different kinds of salts because I use kosher salt for like protection of property, and I use sea salt for protection of people and self and emotion and that kind of thing. Okay. This one I think is empty. Yeah, that one's empty. Haven't found anything to put in there yet. See if I can get this back up with one hand. Oh my goodness. Okay. Down here is the final shelf, and it's got, these are little vials that I bought back in Halloween. These were cheap, they're plastic. I haven't really found anything to put in them yet. Maybe if I make like small batches of like a test of an oil, I might use those. There's some regular old mason jar back there. There's also a pickle jar that has dirt in it, and the dirt, when I started out, the one thing that my mom was not okay with was I had a little jar of graveyard dirt, and that freaked her out. So I agreed to get rid of it, and we took it to the canyon here. We have a it's called Paladar Canyon, and it's close by. And we just went out there one day to meditate and be with nature, and I took the graveyard dirt with me and I buried it out there, and I scooped up some regular dirt from the canyon as a trade-off type thing. So that's what's in that pickle jar back there. These are just some more little jars that I've gotten. I've got too many jars, I know. Well, my boyfriend reminds me of that all the time. Back there's lighter fluid. And coffee filters. I use coffee filters to make sachets. Oh, here's a cute that I have all the time. This is actually a hat. And the cork from this big bottle fits in this hat. And so anyway, I haven't used it for anything because I have no clue what to use it for, but I love it. There's nothing else down there. Lighter fluid. I guess I should put the hat jar back. But I have coffee filters to use for sachets. I put them in the coffee filter and then put them in whatever bag I've made or bought for the sachet. I have white and black candles here. Black is to remove the negativity and white is for purification. So sometimes I burn them over the jars that I've created, or sometimes I just burn it just to burn it. I also use the coffee filters. You probably saw that in my boyfriend's jar. It's like wrapped in a bag. See if I can get it to focus here. It won't, but anyway, it's like a tea bag. I use the coffee filter as a tea bag for the herbs. That way they're not in the fluid. Like I can strain it easier and put it in a roller ball pin like the ones that I have, because I really like having the roller balls. I think if you're an oil kind of person, you really should invest in some roller balls because they're amazing. Okay, finally we've got a couple more things here. So here is this is a jar full, I think, of tobacco. And this is just regular, oh no, this is my Himalayan pink salt that I have an overabundance of. It was on sale one day when we went into our store. This is a giant bag of it, so I bought it. And I'm in love with it. I use it for self-love, happiness, regular love, but it's just rock salt, Himalayan pink rock salt, but I love it. So I have a tiny little, it's not tiny, but I have my smallest jars like this anyway. It's full of that. Then I also have this in a box. When I'm making stuff, I pull this whole box out. It has my tiny strainer. Bay leaves, hibiscus, coconut oil. I keep telling myself I'm gonna make salves, and a good base for a salve is coconut oil, but beeswax is also involved, and I just don't agree with beeswax. So I'm trying to find an alternative to the beeswax. So if you know of anything, let me know. These are essential oils. There's rose, absolute, and I think this one is sandalwood, and this one is tea tree. Then no, lemon. Just kidding. I have a tea tree somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's a tiny bottle.
These are more rolly balls. I bought all of them that she had at the time. So I have 2 extras after I gave one to my boyfriend. So I don't know what the hell's on the end of that one, but this was the coolest thing. So I needed sage, but it was during the weekday, and the store we go to is only open on Saturday and Sunday. So I was in a dire need for sage. I mean, not sage, rosemary and sage. I have a little bottle of sage somewhere too, but I needed rosemary and sage. And so I was in such a dire need, and it was like 9 o'clock at night, and everything was closed. And so I went to Walmart, and Walmart had this, and it's like a rosemary, it's whole rosemary in there, but the top here is a grinder. Like you turn it and it grinds it. So like, it's amazing. I don't have to grind the rosemary, I just do it out of here. This is the tobacco, as you can see. This is my resin incense cones. I don't burn those very much because they're small and the stick lasts longer. This is Palo Santo in a cute little jar. I don't use Palo Santo as much. I mean, I bought it thinking I was going to use it all the time, and I really don't use it that much. But here's a giant spoon. I love this spoon. It goes with my jar sets. This is the biggest spoon, and I'm in love with it, and sometimes I use it like a magic wand. So sometimes I'm a mix between a kitchen witch and other things, but... So here's this. This is a little jar, little box containing little jars. These little vials are full of crushed, dried roses that I took off of my grandfather's grave. They were flowers from the funeral that had been sitting there, and they dried and just naturally dried and decomposed, and I scooped them up and brought them home. And I just dashed those in to a lot of my stuff just to add a personal touch to everything that I do. So okay, that's just about everything on this shelf. You've seen all that I have. These are just droppers. They're just disposable plastic droppers and some pins and lighters in there. So other than that, you've seen everything on my shelf. Hopefully, like I said, we'll go more in depth with the tarot cards. This is the underneath of my altar. And there's the inside of those ammo, those are ammo cases. They're like gun ammo cases that I bought from Walmart because I was looking for a portable way to carry around my jars of herbs that I was using at the time. I didn't have nearly this much stuff at that time, and those worked perfectly. So if you're looking for something like that, you should get them. I'm only gonna open one of them because this video is already incredibly long. But they open like that, and you can actually like fold the handle out and it will hold it up. But so I've got more herbs in here. This is yarrow flower. I haven't broken into this yet. I got it because it's good for divination. So, and then this is mugwort, which I also have not got into. But this was good for like dream magic, divination, astral travel, and protection against evil spirits. This is Whorehound, which obviously is good for magic protection. So I used to have a bunch of jars like this, and these ones are too big, but I have some smaller ones that would sit in there perfectly. These ones I actually have to lay down. This is some more hibiscus. It's dried, and it's amazing. If you don't use hibiscus, you should. It actually can affect your oil. If you crush it up and leave it in your oil and shake it a lot, it will change the color of your oil to a more reddish hue, which is fantastic. So, this is that tea tree oil I was talking about, but you can't read that because my phone is dumb and won't focus. I don't know why it won't focus. There it is. So anyway, that's about it. There's a measuring spoon in there, and then some fragrance oil that's lavender scented. But I keep my loose herbs in there most of the time. in these little containers, and in that one there's some more, just because it's easier that way. The dogs can't get into them that way, and yeah. So here's a little. These are usually on my altar, but I took it off. These are all my stones, which we'll go over that some other time as well. I'm not big into crystals. That's more my boyfriend's department, so hopefully maybe we can get him to share his collection and my collection all at the same time. So anyway, we're gonna poof on back over to my tripod so we can close this video out. Woo! Alright guys, thanks so much for watching part 2 of my altar tour video. I hope you enjoyed my shelf and the under part of the altar. I didn't realize I had so much crap on the shelf, and so that's why there's 2 separate videos for this. There was just so much to talk about, but I felt like we covered it pretty well. And that's, you know, without even delving into the divination that's on there and the books that are in there, and so, yeah. We're just gonna call it good there. If you didn't see the first part, it's in the description. That's more my altar, my workspace. Hey guys, so I forgot to end that video. I mean, I kind of ended it, but not really. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Look who came home. Yay, he's home. So anyway, like, subscribe, all of that jazz. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.